Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Nitty Gritty to Balance podcast. I'm your host, Abigail, and joining us each episode is my mom, Stacy, a holistic health coach and intuitive. Each week, we discuss topics through the lens of her work and subspecialties to bring to light the balance in the everyday. So, with that, let's bring in the brains behind the balance and get this episode started. Welcome in, everyone, to the last NGB episode of 2025. Feels kind of crazy that this year is coming to a close. But as we close out this year, I feel like something subtle has really been happening beneath the surface. Certainly not something in plain sight, but in the internal places where cycles end long before we notice. It feels like there's like an undercurrent happening.
Definitely.
Which is interesting because in numerology, 2025 is a 9-year. So for those that, we've kind of briefly mentioned this in a past episode, but yeah, for those that don't know, 2025 is a 9-year, and that is the number of completion. But not the kind that ties a bow on top of things neatly. It really kind of creates some chaos and, forces restructure. So 9 stirs up old energy. It offers struggles for growth, and it asks you to commit to something new. And really, this is the moment you realize you're no longer who you were, but you haven't fully stepped into who you are or what's next or what's becoming. So as chaotic of a time as it is, very necessary.
Isn't it?
Very.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a threshold year.
Yeah.
And thresholds ask for intention.
Mm-hmm.
Not resolutions, not even in goals.
Right.
But in honest conversation with yourself about what has run its course and what is quietly asking to begin.
Yeah.
So today we're not talking about intentions for the sake of productivity, goals we want to reach to. We're focusing in on these intentions the way nature does, by listening to what is falling away and what is quietly starting to grow.
Yeah. So with these seasons changing, fall into winter, this is becoming our hibernation season. So it's time to quiet and it's time to slow down. It's time to go within and start reflecting so we can move forward with purpose, with meaning, with clarity, and move into 2026 as a 1 year, kind of, stepping onto the other side of this threshold and seeing what's in store. So now that you guys really have a full understanding of what today's intention is with today's intentions episode, let's of course move through how we can apply these intentions and really kind of dig up where these changes are happening within the 4 bodies.
Yeah. So as this 9-year asks us to dissolve away things and open us up for what is arriving, we'll look at each body.
Yeah.
And see what each one has to offer.
Yeah.
So with the physical body, this one's sensation, what the body is done carrying. And the physical body is often the first to know when a chapter or something is ending.
Yeah.
And it shows us this through sensations like tension or fatigue, irritability, or restlessness. And we start feeling these things long before our mind understands what the sensations are. And the completion in the physical body isn't about detoxing or overhauling or just totally starting something new. It's just about the noticing what the sensations are showing you that you've been ignoring.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so we want all of you guys, all of our listeners, to ask yourself, and of course, as we go through this episode, journal on these questions and really find that clarity and find where these intentions lie. So, for our physical body, everyone ask yourself, what habit, pattern, or environment does my body no longer feel willing to tolerate? Simmer on that, journal on that, see what answers come up for you.
And as you said at the beginning, is that, that what the 9 year is facilitating, what it's doing. We've been feeling these things.
Mm-hmm.
And probably a lot of people may not understand why they're feeling these things or why these things have been kind of happening through this year of 2025.
Yeah.
And I can absolutely see in all of my four bodies what has been stirring. And if I didn't know that 2025 was a 9 year,
Yeah.
I would think that my life was falling apart.
I know. We were talking just before this recording, thank God we know it's a 9 year, because if we didn't, I probably would be going crazy.
Yes.
And so, yeah, it gives us like this light at the end of the tunnel, kind of, that, yes, this year is, well, and it just goes to prove how truthful it is that this is a 9 year. I mean, everything that's been stirred up, and whether you haven't paid much attention to it, maybe this episode will really draw you in and make you think back and reflect on, wow, I had this big change. This shifted. I never thought I would, whatever the changes could be. Yeah, this year has been quite the heavy year.
Yeah. What I had said to you at the beginning when we were talking was this has really been a shake, rattle, and roll year for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's incredible. For me, it's been kind of an emotional roller coaster, which emotional roller coasters are exhausting.
Right.
But again, just constantly reminding myself this year that this is just the flow of my year, and I'm just having to allow my body to run through these emotions and try so hard not to let myself get in the way of that, because so many times I have wanted to say, no, we're not doing this, shut this down, don't feel this, don't cry about this, just trying to facilitate, the emotional journey that I'm clearly needing to go on.
Right.
But yeah, to come to the end of the year and to feel like all of this has a purpose, and how much beauty there is, and really kind of investigating and digging up what all of this is leading to. And then
Well, I don't think you've really even, or we haven't really had to dig it up.
Right.
It said, ready or not, here it is.
Yeah, exactly. No, but I guess allowing ourselves to understand and realize and sit with this just makes 2026 feel so exciting.
Yeah, and I was also going to maybe say possibly almost welcoming.
Yes.
Because I am ready to get rid of a lot of what has shown up this year.
Yeah.
And I'm welcoming what the potential is for 2026.
Yeah, me too. I feel like at the end of the year, and I mean, this can really stretch back years and years and years ago, oftentimes I kind of feel sad that the year is over, or maybe I didn't do as much as I wanted, or I didn't achieve as much as I wanted, kind of measuring myself and criticizing myself of another year, but this is one of the first years in a while where I'm so thankful for the year that I had, as difficult as it was, and I'm so excited for what this new year is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, as we're talking through the four bodies, I guess let's kind of chat with our audience about what's coming up for us in
Yeah.
these four bodies
Yeah.
and talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So, do you want to read that question again?
Mm-hmm.
What to ask ourselves, and then
Yeah.
we can bring up what's coming up for us.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's ask ourselves, what habit, pattern, or environment does my body no longer feel willing to tolerate?
For me, and I guess this showed up probably maybe after the last, well, maybe halfway through the
Mm-hmm.
year, if not maybe a little bit even before that.
Mm-hmm.
It is, I'm no longer tolerating large or cluttered spaces.
Mm-hmm.
I have been mentioning to your dad for since a little bit after the first of 2025 that, you know, I want a smaller house.
Mm-hmm. I want to downsize.
I am so ready to downsize.
Yeah.
This large house that we have, I just don't feel like it serves us anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done trying to take care of it.
Yeah.
And the clutter, I'm totally over that.
Mm-hmm.
And I've really been trying to get him on board with me. He's not feeling that same thing. So that's kind of where I'm at in that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Decluttering,
Yes.
making space. We feel like there's
Simplicity. I
mm-hmm.
need simplicity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Because simplicity almost feels like I was talking to my cousin the other day about this. We were talking about houses, and she was saying, "Yeah, I don't know if I would buy new construction because it's so plain." She said, "I would want an older house that has more character." Completely understandable. Older homes with character are so adorable.
Mm-hmm.
I love those.
Mm-hmm.
But she really got me thinking. I actually love my home because it feels like a blank canvas, and it can be whatever I want. No one else has, colored the walls or made me think like, oh, okay, yes, this is, this room is this color and this color. Not that I've fully expanded into the house and colored the walls yet, but it's a blank canvas.
Mm-hmm.
I can do whatever I want. I can
Yeah.
hang whatever I want wherever.
Yeah.
And it just feels like it's mine.
Completely.
Yeah. But decluttering, to my point there, was kind of along those lines. You feel like, you have a canvas in front of you. You feel like you have a clean slate, and
Mm-hmm.
you can start to implement or bring in new pieces of furniture or new ways of organizing and just feel refreshed and energized from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Well, for me, it's quite literal, and it is, I'm tired of not moving my body.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking before this episode, and my little toddler is getting heavier and heavier by the day and just reminding me every day how out of shape I am. And as she grows older, I want to be able to keep up with her, running, playing, lifting her up because she loves to be thrown into the air. My body needs to keep up with her.
Yeah.
And so my husband and I have signed up for a gym together. Our daughter goes with us. She loves it. And yeah, we're all entering into this active. My husband's very active. He always has been.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel, coming up pretty close to 2 years after having a baby, not really moving my body much. I owe it to myself to focus on me now. And I feel in the space where I can do that.
Yeah. Oh, I love that for you.
Yeah. It feels good. It feels right.
Yes. Yeah. And it is about timing.
Mm-hmm.
And it does help you feel good. And
Yeah.
Yeah, you just got to wait till it does feel right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that for you.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
It's exciting and it feels good. And it's fun because we're all doing it together.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, so it
Yes.
makes it that much sweeter.
Yeah. And you guys get to hold each other accountable.
Yes.
What you were saying to me before, because we were talking about the holiday schedule,
Mm-hmm.
and you were saying, yeah, that, because the holiday's coming up, you're already thinking about your workout schedule
Yes.
within that. It's
Mm-hmm.
not this time that you guys are going to say, oh, yeah, the holiday's coming up, we're going to skip that.
Yeah.
It's still a priority,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
it has a lot of meaning for you guys.
It does. It really does. And again, my husband's been active, you know, throughout the year. And I've gotten to sit back and relax, but also get to watch from afar just how much self discipline he has. It's
Mm-hmm.
one of the traits that I admire most about him. And he truly is an inspiration for me to want to get up and better myself physically and just to feel strong.
Mm-hmm.
I used to go to the gym all the time,
Mm-hmm.
in high school, and I loved feeling strong.
Mm-hmm.
That has certainly gone away in recent years, but I'm so excited to get back to
Yeah.
that feeling of being strong in my body because I have a
Yeah.
little body. Genetics, they're a real thing, but yeah, I'm really excited and it just is the right time. The puzzle pieces just kind of clicked in perfectly together.
Right. It was recognizing, even maybe without completely recognizing,
Mm-hmm.
how you were feeling that didn't serve you anymore
Mm-hmm.
and what that propelled you into. Because I was going
Yeah.
to state that this workout routine that you have now is completely brand new. It
Yeah.
just got started
Yes.
for you three.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, the routine for you three, but the workout for you too.
Yes.
The baby's not working out.
No. No, but she is, it's certainly a new
She's
routine.
growing and expanding
Yes.
in
Yes.
a new space and a new rhythm and
Mm-hmm.
new routine. And so, yeah, I mean, old things are even dissolving for the
Mm-hmm.
baby.
Yeah. Yeah, which is so interesting to think. I mean, yes, with our new schedule, our evenings are entirely rewritten compared to how they have been the past few years. And again, we both knew it was going to be an adjustment moving into this, but truthfully, it's been really great so far. So
Good.
we're hoping to keep that momentum and to keep that positivity going. But yeah, there's lots. And I think that's part of what makes me so excited is that this is a big change on its own, but it leads to other changes in our
Yes.
life and our
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle. And I think that's is kind of the catalyst for the rest. And I think that's what I'm excited most about.
Nice.
It's not just the one thing, but it's also quality time. That's one of my big love languages. And so to get that extra sense of quality time with my husband is really nice.
Yes.
Because we are so busy throughout the day
Right.
that it's nice to go and do this together.
Right. And you guys not even just busy throughout the day, you guys are separated
Mm-hmm.
throughout the day for most of the week. You going to your job and him being his. So
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, having that bonding time
Yeah.
in the evening,
Yeah.
very beneficial.
Very, very beneficial. I love it. Well, completion for the physical body is simple. It wants you to stop carrying what has already outlived its usefulness. So, to say that again, completion for the physical body as it pertains to this 9 year, it wants you to stop carrying what has already outlived its usefulness. So, if that helps you kind of hone in on your question that you're journaling on, hopefully this gives you a little more framework of,
What that intention
yeah.
might be,
Mm-hmm.
if nothing stands out right away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, moving into the mental body. This is the narrative release.
Mm.
So which story no longer rings true?
Yeah.
The mental body holds onto stories long after they've stopped matching the current vision of you. Completion in the mental field often arrives as the quiet mismatch.
Mm.
A belief that once felt protective, but it now feels too tight, or a thought pattern that once made sense, but now it raises questions.
Mm-hmm. So ask yourself, what story about myself have I outgrown without realizing it? I think one of the key words that you said was quiet mismatch. So it definitely deserves some digging to really get to the root of what this mismatch is
Mm-hmm.
and where it's coming from.
Yeah. Or just questioning
Mm-hmm.
those things that just don't seem to be aligned anymore.
Yeah.
These stories that you tell yourself, or,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, this is, I feel like I say this a lot when it comes to the mental body because this is where people live. They live in their mental body.
It can tend to kind of run and rule
Mm-hmm.
how people do things and behave.
Yeah.
Definitely. We give it a lot of power.
We do. Absolutely. You
Yeah.
know, whether we intend to or not.
Right.
But our mental body, yeah, it's a very big part of who we are.
Well, and society's kind of driven us that direction,
Mm-hmm.
is to be very left brain, logical, analytical, think,
Yeah.
instead of the feeling in the body
Mm-hmm.
and the creative side.
Yeah. But let's move into how this resonates with us and our time throughout this 9 year.
Yeah, so what's coming up for my mental body
Mm-hmm.
this year is I'm done telling myself that I'm not creative.
Mm. Yeah.
I've had some creative spark
Mm-hmm.
in the past month,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm really liking the way that feels. And I've really been kind of moving into it and dabbling with it a little bit. And I've told myself for years,
Yeah.
oh, I'm not a creative person.
Right.
I'm not creative. Although I can look back at times in my life where I absolutely was creative. Now I'm not this beautiful artist that can create all this. I, I don't know. It's just maybe more of a kind of simple creativity.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why I always told myself that I wasn't very creative. But with this spark that has just ignited in the past month, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to follow this.
Yeah.
And I'm done with telling myself that I'm not creative, because
Yeah.
I'm now showing myself that I truly am.
Yeah. And it's the creativity that feels authentic for you because painting wouldn't be authentic to you or making music wouldn't be authentic to you.
Well, it's interesting because painting, no music, no, I'm not musically inclined. Although I have found myself this year humming.
Interesting.
I hum
Ah.
often.
Uh-huh.
Your sister has even made comments on that.
Really? Oh,
And I have been thinking of painting.
really?
Yes.
Oh.
That's not my creative spark that I'm working with right now,
Mm-hmm.
but it is lingering.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's something that I am paying attention to.
Yeah.
And I think I may be
Mm-hmm.
going that direction. So,
Oh, I love that.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, art's always been very big for me,
Mm.
but and what's interesting is I've always seen you as a creative person,
Mm.
but yeah, I don't think you've ever fully given yourself permission to discover or expand that creative side of in you. And so
Yeah.
it's fun that you've arrived to a point where you're allowing that.
I am. I'm going to
Yeah.
allow it, and I'm going to follow it.
Mhm.
And and it's for me. It's
Mhm.
not that it's, you know,
Yeah.
going to be really for any other purpose. It could definitely lead into something. We
Mm-hmm.
always have to start
Somewhere.
somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm leaning into for my mental body.
Yeah. Well, and
I
it's an
am
expression.
creative.
Yeah. It is
How about you?
oh, for me, it's the mental loop and the mental narrative, the voice in my head that says I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe others can relate to this.
I think there's many that probably can.
Yeah. And for a long time, I kind of didn't, I had always had this loop of I can't. And it's not that the phrase stops there. It's not just, well, I can't. It's I can't because, and then there's all these excuses that follow it, right? But at the core of this narrative that is seemingly on its way out is the I can't. And where this really started to settle in for me was when I went earlier this year and got a tattoo. And of course, if I'm tattooing my body, I don't want it to just be nothing. So I have two tattoos that are for my daughter, and they're beautiful and I love them. But then I got one kind of silly, kind of funny, but also very serious to me, is a phrase that my dad always said growing up.
Always.
Always, always, always. And the phrase is can't, never did anything. And as kids, we would roll our eyes every time he said it. Anytime we said the words I can't, that was immediately what was following.
Mm-hmm.
Well, can't never did anything. And it really just it started to sit with me this year. Can't never did anything. And so this tattoo, while it is, something from childhood, something that is from dad, that will always be from dad, it's also just this reminder that can't never did anything. And it really has felt like done with the excuses, done with telling myself no, essentially, making myself feel like it's not worth it, you can't do it because of all of these external factors.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done with the excuses. Yeah.
That's huge. That's got so much momentum behind it to transform that into anything
Yeah.
that you want.
Mm-hmm. And it really is like now that it's on my body, I have to live true to it. It's kind of this, well, you have can't never did anything written on you, which means you can do anything.
Mm-hmm.
You can do everything.
Yeah.
Can't never did anything. And it's true.
It's completely true.
Because if I continue to tell myself or allow myself to feel that I can't, then I won't.
And they are just excuses.
Mm-hmm.
Behind that, I can't.
Exactly.
It is just an excuse. Whether it is ego keeping you small,
Mm-hmm.
The fear of what lays ahead,
Yeah.
any of that, all of that,
Mm-hmm.
it is an excuse.
Exactly.
There's more than likely no reality to that reasoning of not moving forward with whatever.
Yeah. Well, and the main thing, that comes oftentimes with the I can't is well, I can't because I don't have time. You know me and time. We have we have a love-hate relationship.
More hate, I think.
More hate than love, but I'm learning to love. Most often it's I can't because I don't have time.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, first of all, get rid of the I can't. Second of all, what is time? It's a social construct. I can.
Yeah.
And I have time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
So again, let's ask ourselves, what story about myself have I outgrown without realizing it? And so the completion in the mental body is not about thinking positive. It's about letting outdated narratives dissolve without arguing with them. So just let them go.
Mm-hmm.
We're releasing them. They're just dissolving. Whatever mental image or picture you need to allow your mental body to release, just let
Move
it go.
into that.
Yes.
Move into that.
And don't argue with it. If it's no longer serving you, if it's no longer teaching you or helping you to grow,
Yeah. It's run its course.
more than likely it's done serving you. And something in you is just holding on to it.
Yeah. And something new is waiting to move in.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like you're decluttering. Get rid of some of this so that there's room for more to grow and move in.
More creativity is what I see
Mm-hmm.
with getting rid of the clutter, the
Yeah.
distraction, the heavy feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It leaves room for expanding and
Yeah.
creativity and time
Mm-hmm.
to not have to clean it.
Yeah. A
So,
refresh.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So now let's move that on into the emotional body,
Mm-hmm.
which is the unfelt emotion, emotional residue that wants to be acknowledged. The emotional body completes cycles through permission,
Mm-hmm.
allowing that feeling, not analysis. We
Mm-hmm.
don't have to analyze every emotion, every feeling that needs to move through. There is often one emotion that we've been carrying from earlier in the year,
Mm-hmm.
something that was not fully felt because
Fill in the blank.
timing, life, responsibility didn't
Mm-hmm.
allow it,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is. So the completion comes when you give that emotion space to exist without fixing it.
Mm-hmm.
The word that we say all the time, the allowing. Allow it
Yeah.
to be expressed, to move out. You don't have to analyze it.
Mm-hmm. And this is kind of something that we talked about before starting this episode was, yes, allowing it, but finding gratitude for it. And this points back to a few episodes ago, is finding gratitude for the difficult moments. But for this unfelt emotion, allow it, see it, and find gratitude. Because again, that's what helps move this emotion through and out the body.
And transmute it into the feeling, emotion, sensation that serves the body.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. The emotional body is, again, this year's been an emotional roller coaster for me.
Mm-hmm.
So the emotional body is very, I mean, when I think about emotions, I think about the ocean, pointing back to a few episodes ago. There's just such an ebb and flow to it. And yeah, especially coming towards the end of this year, really just allowing ourselves and reminding our listeners to allow these unfelt emotions to have their time and be on their way.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is something that is coming up for you in the emotional body?
Well, what do we need to ask ourselves?
We do. We have a question. And so, the question we have is, what emotion from this year still has weight because I never gave it a place to land? What emotion?
That's powerful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You want to read that again?
Yeah. What emotion from this year still has weight because I never gave it a place to land?
Yeah.
Hmm.
For me, I just recognized that my throat chakra is like a drawbridge.
Mm-hmm.
And so anytime I am in this space to be seen or talk about me
Mm-hmm.
deeply, that throat chakra is like this drawbridge that opens and allows all of this stuff that has been suppressed and stored in this whole lower body to just flood out.
Mm.
And I can barely talk. I just need to cry. It's just like
Yeah.
this floodgate is opened with all of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And most of it I don't even know. It just has to move out.
Yeah.
And I just recognized this little gate that opens to let all this stuff out. And I've been
Mm-hmm.
letting it out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sometimes I'm saying to whoever, has kind of opened this space for me, and that I'm just like, I don't, I thought I was going to be able to just have a conversation and talk, but
Mm-hmm.
it was just this opening, and all of this stuff is coming out, and
Yeah.
I'm feeling that I can recognize that decades of stuff is moving out.
Mm-hmm.
It really is coming to a completion for me this year.
Yeah.
And I don't know a lot of it because, oh my gosh, how much I've stored away.
Yeah.
There's no way I can know what all of these tears are meaning,
Mm-hmm.
but just allowing it to come out this floodgate,
Yeah.
this, um, it's,
Yeah.
it's,
Well, and growing up, you've always been like this emotional wall almost.
there you go.
Yeah.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And as a child growing up, I think I only saw you cry maybe twice, maybe 3 times.
Yeah.
And I think I said this to you before, but I've seen you cry more this year than I have probably in my entire childhood,
Wow.
which is just how real that is for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Emotions are annoying sometimes.
Yep. Especially when you're just trying to have a conversation with somebody.
Exactly. And I'm a Pisces, so I'm someone that, I mean, every single emotion for me is tears. Happy, sad, angry, scared. It doesn't matter what the emotion is. If it reaches a certain height, it's tears. It comes out in tears.
Sure.
So I've always been someone that just cries. And I could be having the slightest conversation and yeah, the words come out with tears.
Right.
And to see you embracing that this year and letting that out, and it just goes to show how much you're letting yourself feel, as much as you may not want to feel, the heaviness of tears or crying. But oh, what a beautiful emotional release that tears are.
How transformative it is.
Yeah, I mean it is pushing this energy out of your body.
I don't know. To me, it doesn't feel like this push. It is a release. It's like all of my cells in my body is saying, we're safe.
Yeah.
It's time.
Interesting.
The throat chakra has opened. Now we're opening, and it's releasing all of these stories and feelings and suppression and all of it. All these cells are just releasing, and I feel it, and I feel my body changing, and I'm really stepping into a very different person at the end of this year, emotionally, physically, and mentally. And wow.
Yeah.
It has been a hard year. No doubt.
Yeah, I mean, we could sit here and list through our struggles from this year.
And we will have a podcast. We've talked about that. We will have a podcast where we reflect back on
Mm-hmm.
2025,
Yeah.
what this 9 year has stirred up for us, and
Yeah.
the challenges and the chaos and the tears and all of that will go through
Yes.
our bodies.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that. But
Yeah.
um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's the throat chakra has been very powerful for me this year, and I'm just recognizing it now, probably at the beginning of November.
Yeah.
I just recognized how powerful, and I'm reflecting back on this year with the humming
Mm-hmm.
and this podcast
Mm-hmm.
and
The tears.
the
The
tears,
emotional.
how this throat chakra is
Yeah.
letting my cells open up
Mm-hmm.
for what's new to come.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
man.
It's incredible. And I
Yeah.
love that for you.
Yeah. What
That's
about
so
you?
great. Well, for me is the emotional feeling of being small.
Mm.
And I mean, this really melts into so many layers of life, really. But emotionally feeling small, emotionally not feeling heard is really where this feeling of small comes from.
So who's not hearing you? You or others?
Debatable. Yeah.
Right?
Of course, it's easier to see when you're not being heard from others,
Yeah.
but everything is a reflection.
Mm. Yeah.
So, yes, I mean, we've talked about this. I can sit and blame someone all I want, but if you're pointing at someone, you have four fingers pointing back at you.
And we haven't done an episode on reflections.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really deep one.
It really is.
But I think, I think that one's going to be coming
Yeah.
at some point. But reflections,
Mm-hmm.
teach us a lot.
Yeah, they really do, and they're confusing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I definitely agree with you. It deserves an episode where we can break it down for our listeners.
Yeah,
because reflection is really really powerful. It's a law of our universe.
exactly. Yeah,
And it is very prevalent for a reason.
humanity. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's a really great point. Am I feeling small because I'm not hearing myself? There's a lot
yeah,
that I have
because that's
pushed.
that's what I can see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And we're very close. I mean, we talk to each other all the time.
yeah,
You know the emotional feelings and struggles and just, I always think of myself sometimes like when I'm going through these emotions, I'm like, I mean, this is a deep topic, but I'm an old soul.
mm-hmm.
I'm an angel soul,
Mm-hmm. I was going to say that too. Yeah,
but my soul still feels I'm very emotional, very whimsical, very like I'm a water sign, but very airy at the same time.
mm-hmm.
But I have my moments where yes, I push down and I suppress and I tell myself I don't have time. I do, and we've talked about this, put myself in a box. Like, okay, you need to sit here in this box. This is where you can be understandable. And yeah, it does. It forces myself to shrink myself. And that is certainly on its way out.
Nice.
This year has been heavy, but I think it's been so heavy on the emotional side for me because this is really what is leaving in 2025.
Yeah, it had to push
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
into this direction of this different way
Mm-hmm.
of being.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's really interesting, like the mental clarity that's kind of coming along with, seemingly coming out on the other side of this emotional burden, this emotional heaviness.
Because they all play together.
They do.
One helps the other.
Yes. But it is almost like, I'm kind of have been in like this emotional upset cocoon for the last year and a half, year. And it does really feel like I'm starting to see the light, like the cocoon is starting to open and the light's starting to come in. And that's where that mental clarity is starting to come in. So, yeah, there's a lot moving in the emotional body for both of us, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, it's interesting because you're a Capricorn,
Yes.
and Capricorn's also a water sign.
Mm.
So it's interesting that, yeah, we're both sitting heavy in the emotions.
Yeah. I've always
Yeah.
been heavy in emotions. Now, whether I show them or not,
Right.
they're there.
I know.
They've always been, yeah,
That's what's interesting.
very, very heavy.
Yeah. Yeah. You filter through your emotions so much more than I do. Like my emotions, I wear them on my sleeve. I cannot hide my emotions.
Yeah.
Never have been able to.
Well, and you kids always had the space to be
Oh,
able to
absolutely. Yeah.
show your emotions and be in that. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah. Very interesting. So again, our question for our emotional body is, what emotion from this year still has weight because I never gave it a place to land? And so the completion for the emotional body is softer than we think. It's not dissection, but it's allowance. Again, allowing these feelings to come up, allowing ourselves to recognize them, sit with them, find the gratitude in them, and then,
but not analyze
right,
or dissect.
yeah,
Yeah.
just let them be,
Mm-hmm. That's the magic.
allow them to be.
All right. Moving into the spiritual body, which is alignment. What your deeper self is quietly withdrawing from.
Mm-hmm.
The spiritual body completes cycles by withdrawing
Mm-hmm.
energy. You can feel this as subtle disinterest, a sense of something you used to pursue but no longer has charge.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't the same as burnout. It's the inner compass turning toward a direction your mind hasn't articulated yet.
Mm. Inner compass.
Mm-hmm.
That's a strong word.
It's a strong feeling
Mm-hmm.
or path.
Yeah, and it's one that gets ignored.
Yes, we
And
don't listen to it.
right. And that's a big message that we have. I feel like in probably 90% of our episodes
Mm-hmm.
is to discover what that feeling is.
Yeah, because so many of our episodes, we talk about being the individual. We talk
Mm-hmm.
about coming home to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what a huge piece of that
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. It's building that muscle, that feeling, trusting where these sensations are coming up in the body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, talking about the spiritual body is one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
We could just sit here and chat about this all day. But the question to really do some investigation on is, where has my energy naturally pulled back this year? And why might that be sacred? Our energy is sacred.
Mm-hmm.
We don't treat it as sacred often.
And where that compass is pointing
Mm-hmm.
is sacred because
Yeah.
it's your path, it's your blueprint, it's your authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's sacred.
Yeah. So what's coming up for you in your spiritual body?
I'm seeing a lot this year that I'm just not in alignment with
Mm-hmm.
anymore. And it really kind of almost goes back to that physical space of the clutter and the size,
Mm-hmm.
material things. I am not in alignment with material things.
Yeah.
And if I buy something, it needs to have an importance
Mm-hmm.
and a meaning. Otherwise, I don't need it.
Yeah.
And I just am aligning with the more maybe spiritual things, the more energetic things. It's just this, I don't know how I see things
Yeah. Yeah.
done with the material.
Mm-hmm. Well, and this is what happens when you really start seeing the world or filtering your reality through your intuition. You
Mm-hmm.
do. You start to see things differently.
Different things become important.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, yeah, really what I'm seeing
Yeah.
for my spiritual body is what is really important,
Mm-hmm.
which is my purpose, love for my family and people
Yeah.
and nature and being grounded and letting my emotions be
Mm-hmm.
and working with my four bodies. It's just, it is very me,
Mm-hmm.
but yet the world.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm moving more deeply into.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting too, obviously, because we have the podcast here, you have your health coaching, and it's centered around the four bodies, and you're living your work.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, your work is at its infancy stage, but what better way to really sit in and align with your work other than to do it,
To embody it.
to literally embody it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's why it connected with me so deeply,
Yeah.
was because this was my transformation. This
Right.
would be what I was going through
Mm-hmm.
and part of my purpose and coaching and helping people. And
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, I am this.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
And I am just a lucky little duckling that gets to join this journey with you.
Yeah. I'm so happy to have you joining me.
Well, for me, the spiritual release to find that alignment is releasing control. Because I certainly am still at the early stages of finding my intuition. My intuition is very strong,
Yes.
but I think the control aspect still takes control very easily.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting to the point where I'm catching it and truly, releasing that need for control. Because the moment we try to control the situation or control the outcome of something, to me, in my lived experiences, that's where things go sideways.
Definitely. Yeah.
When you're almost trying to manufacture an outcome or manufacture a result, that's where things get confusing
Mm-hmm.
because we can't have all of the tangible answers. We do have to lean into our intuition to
Yeah.
guide us
Yeah.
because there will always be questions.
Do you have a quick little example of what your intuition was telling you, how you caught yourself trying to maybe not listen that to that intuition
Mm-hmm.
and control what the narrative you wanted out of this, and then how you caught yourself and then went into the flow of what was trying to come about? Do you have an example?
I think that's kind of tricky,
Mm-hmm.
kind of shocking, but I stopped pulling cards. I don't get me wrong, I love oracle cards and tarot cards, and I will forever love them. But I stopped allowing them to tell me.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Because I think it had gotten to a point where I was searching too much on the outside. And I think, again, oracle cards are a really wonderful tool. I think I was overusing them.
Yes, they have to be used in a healthy balance.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
And
I didn't know you were an oracle addict.
yeah. Recovering oracle
You're
addict.
recovering now, yes.
Yes. And again, so this is a piece where I felt that control stepping in, where, I mean, the words in my mind aren't really making sense, but that was controlling in a way, to the point where it started to not be fun. And that's when I told myself, okay, I'm going to take a step back from this. And this has really been in the second half of the year that I have stepped back from the cards. And every once in a while, I'll pull from one deck. And it's a specific deck that I haven't pulled from at all in recent years. And it's one that I haven't put much energy in. And so I'm kind of facilitating, my connection with that specific deck. And anytime I, kind of randomly pull from it, it's wonderful, the message that it gives me. But on the flip side, I'm not putting down the cards and then doing nothing, but I am practicing and strengthening my connection with my higher self, because ultimately that's what the cards are for, right? To connect with your higher self and to give messages from your higher self. But I want to be able to talk to higher self no matter where I am, and not through a card. And so that's where my practice has gone, to opening the third eye and allowing in my higher self to download messages, essentially. To stop relying on words being written. And
okay, gotcha. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Allow, I guess, to strengthen my claircognizance.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a huge transformation. And with you describing all of that, what the cards were serving you, how it morphed into, because you would use the word telling you. And I was going to stop you and say, oh, guide you. Because that's what the cards really should be doing, is guiding you through your inner wisdom, not telling you what it is. But I see where you were coming from and how it was potentially being used by you in that way.
Yes.
And we don't know that things aren't serving us until, I mean, it's like we have to go to these outer boundaries, and we don't move away from that until it just doesn't feel good anymore.
Right.
And then we realize, okay, that was too far out. I've got to come back into center, into balance. And we don't know what that balance is if we're not feeling these outer edges of something.
Yeah. Yeah. And kind of funny too, at the beginning of this year, I was heavy on journaling. I was heavy on card pulling, and it felt really great at that time. I was getting a lot out of it. But my early journal entries for this year were talking all about how I am pulling the trigger basically, and I am leaning into my intuition. This is the year. I've known of my intuition for a long time, but I've really never stepped into my intuition like I have this year. And it's just kind of interesting, to see how the year has unfolded and to see how my intuition was at the beginning of the year and kind of how it's turned into, needing less material, outsourced things.
Yes.
And it has become more internal. And
Yeah.
that's what it's about, of course.
Exactly. Those cards just facilitated. It just brought you along enough to realize that you had it within you, and you got to a point to where the cards just didn't feel good or authentic or how they once did, because your body no longer needed that. Your inner wisdom no longer needed that. That was just the catalyst to bring you down your path into more growth.
Yeah.
And so, wow, how fun to be stepping into your true intuition.
Yeah.
And where it'll take you next year.
Yeah. I know. I'm very excited. Very excited. And it feels good. Like it feels right. I mean, that's with all of these things that are shedding from us or falling away or no longer serve us, and what's coming out on the other side, they're all things that feel right and true and that light us up. And that's just, again, just illuminating that we're on the proper path. Now that can change at any moment, and we're here to allow it to change.
Exactly. I mean, this is life. We have to live it, and all possibilities are in front of us. So
yes,
yeah, we never know completely exactly what the next moment is going to be for us.
But we're supposed to live in the moment. And
absolutely.
If we're anticipating our next move or this person's next move, or then we're no longer living in the moment.
Right. No, we're in the future, and that's where anxiety and uncertainty can really hijack.
Yeah. I was going to say cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we're supposed to be experiencing and learning in the now moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I've really spoken about this on the podcast, but something that had kind of hit me probably about mid-year, probably about 4 or 5 months ago. I actually got a crystal or a rock, and it was the Jasper script. And this stone is supposed to open yourself up to higher self, but higher self essentially downloads messages to you and you write them out. So as you're writing, you're connected. You're writing out what your higher self is bringing forward for you. And oh my goodness, the first journaling session I did with that rock was incredible.
Wow.
So incredible. And it's honestly a very deep journal entry. And I've told my sister a little bit about it, and she keeps saying, oh, well, I want to read it. I want to read it. And I'm like, I don't know if you can read it. Because it just was, I had zero control what I was writing. Wow. And I actually wasn't writing on paper. I was typing. And the flow that my fingers were in, I don't type well because I have nails. So I'm constantly making typos. My fingers knew exactly where the keys were. The flow that I entered into typing out this message, I mean, I really was not even looking at the screen. It was such an incredible experience. And one of the pieces that have stuck out to me since that journaling session, and I've carried with me through the remainder of this year. And maybe I've mentioned this to you personally, but higher self was telling me that you've lost your angel eyes,
Hmm.
that I'm having a hard time seeing what's in front of me or who's in front of me. And that's something that I've sat with a lot
Wow.
recently. And I think because I told you too, I've had a lot of mental fog and a lot of, the clarity, trying to find clarity. But it's really been like I've had this shield or this veil over my eyes this past year. And this was the moment where my higher self was telling me, you've lost your angel eyes. And then after that journaling session, I was really kind of pondering on it and thinking about it for weeks. And I thought to myself, I need to find a song because I love music. I need to find a song called Angel Eyes. And I find that I start remembering the song or like feeling the song when I'm feeling anxious and when I'm not being present. This song kind of rises up from the back of my mind. And it's kind of like an anchor point for me, and reminds me to not forget about my angel eyes and to really see what's actually happening.
Right.
Not so much getting stuck in my head. Yeah. There's a lot there.
That's incredible. Yeah. Wow.
We need some episodes where we just sit down and talk about our intuition, our hits and downloads, and
That'd be fun.
yeah, that'd be really fun. But yeah, I mean, of course, we chatted about the spiritual body quite a bit here.
Yeah. So what brings that to completion?
So bringing our spiritual body, this alignment, completion in the spiritual body is about aligning with the direction your life is already pointing and not forcing a new path. Again, it's that control piece for me, wanting to control the path that I'm on. And time again, it proves to me that this doesn't work for you.
Right. Yeah. You just got to let that inner compass point you.
Yeah.
And you just take it step by step.
Yeah. Yeah. It's incredible. I just keep feeling the word release. Release. All this that's no longer serving is just kind of slipping away. Doesn't have to be anything big or loud
or dramatic or grand.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's just even those smallest little things make the hugest transformations.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's move into some closing reflection on today's episode. As we close this conversation and this year, let's take a moment to feel the quiet truth running underneath everything you've lived. So we'll start with physical body.
Physical body has already decided what it's done carrying. Listen to that wisdom beneath your skin. The mental body has already released a story that no longer fits. You're just still clinging. The emotional body has one final feeling that wants to be acknowledged so it can rest. And the spiritual body, it has been quietly redirecting you for months. Take a look and see where you are pointing now.
It's beautiful. For months.
Yes.
But you don't have to force intention as the year ends. The deeper parts of you are already doing the work. Completion doesn't have to be an action. It can simply be recognition. I think there's a lot in here that just calls for the simple recognition.
Definitely does.
Again, doesn't have to be an action. It doesn't have to be anything big or grand.
Exactly. That's a lot to
Yeah.
sit with.
Yeah.
And
But what do we do every NGB episode? We have to find the balance.
definitely.
So, if we allow this 9 year to do what it energetically is here to do, help facilitate, we can all go into the new year, a 1 year, ready to greet the new beginnings. That's so exciting.
Like you said earlier, yeah, I'm excited for the new year. I'm excited for new beginnings.
Shedding the baggage, the old, stale, stagnant you that served its purpose, but now is ready for more room to expand. Just as the snake sheds its skin to grow for another year, nature doesn't treat us, the human, any different. It's just not as visible. So remember, the last season of the year is never about endings. It's about the next beginning having room to arrive.
It feels so inviting.
It does. Just creating that space.
And we can't do that until we start moving out the old, the stagnant, the stale, the clutter, old beliefs, old feelings,
misalignment.
Our body wants to move. It needs a new routine.
Yeah.
They all work and flow together to create something new.
Yeah.
Your favorite time?
It's my favorite time. It's time to reveal our card. And we pulled from the Illuminated Earth Oracle deck. This deck was speaking to both of us.
It was, right away.
Right away. Let me reveal the card. I'll find the page in the book and we'll get going. Every time. I'm shocked every time.
And I'm just left wondering every time.
What do you think it is?
The Rose Garden.
It's one word. You ready for this? Evolution.
Oh, gosh.
We are continually evolving toward our highest purpose. The process is a gradual one as we develop the branches of receptivity to the spiritual knowledge available to us. Be a gentle witness to your budding progress.
Gentle witness.
Be a gentle witness to your budding progress.
Recognition. I mean, wow. Evolution.
Evolution. I mean, that is quite literally the word that we missed this entire episode.
To evolve.
To evolve.
Moving into the newness. Something different.
This year has been a rapid year of evolution for us, and it's coming to a close in 2025. And next year, I can't even believe, I can't even fathom what's in store for all of us in 2026.
I know. And I really want to, as we come back with our episodes, really open it up to what everybody has discovered this 9 year to be for them, what has moved out, and then what's moving in for their 1 year for 2026. And open that discussion and support each other and really see the growth that everybody is welcoming and has made space for. That's going to be fun.
Wow.
So, In closing,
Mm-hmm.
as everyone steps into what's next, witness for yourself what is closing naturally and what is already beginning. Let that be your guide, and let that be your intention.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode.
Thank you, everybody, for listening for the year,
Yeah.
as long as we've been out and creating episodes.
Yes. And until next time, be well,
Be balanced.
and
See you next year. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. This episode is for educational purposes only. The information is not intended to give medical advice or therapy. Please consult with a licensed healthcare provider before making any changes to your health regimen. Also know that you are responsible for your life choices and circumstances. Until next time,
Be well.
and be balanced. Bye.
Bye.